Welcome to Long COVID Radical Self-Care, where I provide simple, non-medical tips and tools to help you on your healing journey. Today I'm going to continue the list of factors that Dr. Kelly Turner described in her thesis on radical remission. These are also described in her book, Radical Remission: Surviving Cancer Against All Odds. As I said in the last episode, I am not comparing long COVID to cancer, but I think that the factors she describes promote healing from all kinds of illnesses, and I think they're worth looking at. They probably also have some preventative benefits. In the last episode, I covered the first 4 key traits of people who experienced remission. In this episode, I'll cover the remaining 5. Here's a recap of the first 4. 1, they had a will to live and something to live for. 2, they took control of their health. 3, they had social support, friends and families who supported them on their journey. And 4, they listened to their intuition. Now let's move on to the remaining 5. Number 5, they released suppressed emotion. When we're busy with life, it's easy to push thoughts and situations that bring out unwanted feelings to the side. But repressed emotion can have physical repercussions. When we're sick, and especially when we're recuperating over a period of time, we naturally slow down, and that can give us more time with our thoughts. It's an opportunity to reconnect with our body and heal physically, but it's also an opportunity to reconnect with our feelings and heal emotionally. As you probably know better than most, experiencing long COVID and COVID in general can bring a lot of trauma. General lifestyle changes during the pandemic may have triggered some emotional turmoil as well. If you haven't really processed all those emotions, that grief, this may be a good time to do that. I'm not suggesting you force anything, but try to become more aware of your emotions and allow them some time and space to flow. Become an observer to the emotion and notice where it resides in your body. Yes, emotions often live somewhere in the body as well as the mind. When a feeling comes up, pay attention. Feel it, breathe with it, and then release it. I'll talk more about emotions in a future episode. I'm not talking about expressing the emotions or lashing out, but just feeling them and observing them within your body. Needless to say, you shouldn't express emotions in any way that damages property, other people, or yourself. If your emotions feel too big for you to manage, please seek out professional help and get the support that you need to get healthy. Number 6 on the list, they increased positive emotions. Patients who experienced radical remissions all prioritized laughter, joy, gratitude, excitement, and optimism. Positive emotions are known to optimize the immune system. I talked about this in my very first episode as well. This just reinforces it. I talked a lot about joy and positivity in episode 2. If you haven't seen that one, please go back and watch it after this one. I also recommend starting a gratitude journal if you don't already have one. What I do is, each night before I go to bed, I list 5 things that I'm grateful for. Sometimes I'm grateful for something as simple as indoor plumbing or a sunny day. Sometimes I'm grateful for an activity like a fun dinner with friends, an uplifting call with an old friend, or a movie I enjoyed. Sometimes it's something deeper, like the support of my family, a moment of inspiration, or my husband's sense of humor. My only rule is not to list the same things over and over. What this does is forces me to look for new positive things all day. Doing it before I go to bed also puts me in a positive frame of mind for sleeping. Okay, back to the list. Number 7. They reported deeper spirituality or meditative or Zen practice. Dr. Lissa Rankin says, when your life falls apart, you either grow or you grow a tumor. She's referring generally to the cost of ignoring our natural tendency toward growth and expansion. Stifling our growth and expansion is not healthy. A meditative or Zen state is simply putting your body into a state where your breathing is slow and your heart rate slows down, which also supports healing and expansion. Okay, the last two traits on the list are the only traits that relate directly to the physical body. Number 8, they used herbs and supplements. As I recall, most were under the care of a natural health care practitioner, such as a Chinese medical doctor, functional medicine doctor, or naturopath. Personally, I think that my naturopath was key to my recovery from fibromyalgia. It was by no means the only factor that contributed to my wellness, but it was an important piece of the puzzle. That said, vitamins, supplements, and even diet can interfere with allopathic treatments and medications, so I recommend you consult with a doctor before you do anything in this regard. And last but not least, number 9, they dramatically changed their diet. Specifically, they reduced meat, wheat, sweets, and dairy, and increased vegetable intake. I think it's important to say here that you don't want to make dietary changes in a way that causes you a lot of stress. Type A's take note. Making a big project of your diet or trying to make changes too quickly or too many changes will only cause stress, which does not promote healing. So it would be counterproductive. What I found is easier is to focus on what I want to add to my diet rather than what I need to cut out. I found when I added more healthy food to my diet, I naturally reduced the bad stuff. For example, if I ate a large salad with dinner, I was not likely to want dessert. Or if I did, I wanted only a little bit. I wasn't consciously depriving myself of the sweets. I just didn't want them because I was full. That felt better emotionally than focusing on what I couldn't have. I also noticed that I felt a lot better when I ate better, which motivated me to keep doing it. I'm also a big fan of water. My naturopath recommends you drink 1/2 ounce of water for every pound you weigh. In other words, if you weigh 150 pounds, you should drink 75 ounces of water each day. I'm going to talk about eating in an upcoming episode, but for now, I would just recommend that you give some thought to your eating habits and consider introducing one new good habit each week. So there you have it, the 9 traits of people who experienced radical remission from terminal illness. Here's a recap of all 9. They had a will to live and something to live for. They took charge of their health. They had social support. They listened to their intuition. They released suppressed emotion. They increased positive emotion. They practiced spirituality or meditation. They used herbs and supplements, and they changed their diet. If you're not doing a lot of these things, don't be hard on yourself and don't stress yourself by making a mission out of ticking off all the boxes. That stress won't help you get well. Think of wellness as a journey, not a race. Our goal is to make the journey itself enjoyable and fulfilling. If you found something in this episode useful, please click on the like button and subscribe so you won't miss future episodes. Thank you for joining me. Until next time, be kind to yourself and each other.